Hello, welcome to the channel. For all of you subscribers, I'm so glad to see you. I hope that you're having an amazing summer and getting some of your great travel in. Thanks to those of you who recently just reached out and said that you are planning on going and traveling next month. I'm sending you guys comments back and wishing you well, and I hope you guys have amazing travel. If you just got back from a vacation, let us know about what you liked best. Put it in the comments. You'll notice that I'm gonna have a video coming up that I'm just gonna like shout out comments that came from you guys, from your comments, so we can just hear what people really liked about different things and different excursions. But this video is about travel insurance. I just wanted to really just kind of come on and give you guys some of the things. It's really a little bit of tips, a little bit of that overthinking, satisfied. Some of you guys right now, if you're getting ready to book a trip, whether it's a Viking cruise or if it's another trip, you may have come across the need or really a quote for travel insurance. So I just wanted to give you some of the steps that I have recently gone through to either save you some steps or give you steps that you can follow so that you can make a really good decision about if you want to get travel insurance, how you want to get it, making sure if you do get travel insurance that some things are considered that they're not going to necessarily tell you, and also some of the experiences I've had with having travel insurance in place. So let's get started on all things that you have to think about for you overthinkers so that I can do some of the thinking for you. So let's talk about travel insurance. So this is applying to a recently booked trip. I'm so excited. Planning to go to Africa. It's all booked and ready to go. It's going to be next year in June. So you guys will hear about that. I have another trip coming up to the French Riviera. So in both cases, the opportunity for travel insurance has come up. So for Africa, the quote for our travel insurance was about $1,250 a person for a 9-day trip that is both land, sea, and that did not include the airfare being covered under the insurance, because this particular travel package, we don't have the airfare included. So that would really be separate. So it's $1,250 for the travel insurance policy that came back from our travel agent, and that was per person. So here's the very first thing that I will say. I do believe that it's a smart idea to get travel insurance. I do think that it's a smart idea for a few reasons. One, if you have a major medical situation, then there are policies that will include things like medical evacuation or medical coverage in the country that you're in. That said, you really do need to look at your travel policy to see if it includes medical evacuation or medical care while you are in the country. Not all travel insurance has a medical component, and that is across the board. So you might see on a blog somewhere else, somewhere where they're not doing all the overthinking, but right here, I'm getting into the details, okay? So you may see on a blog, 5 reasons why you should get travel insurance. But they don't tell you that not every single policy has those 5 reasons included. So medical, extremely important. But check your travel insurance policy quote to see if medical insurance is even included. A lot of times it's not. Now, on that same note, the other piece that other seasoned travelers will know, and you guys will know, if you didn't know before now, you know, because I'm doing all of the research. So you can be smart among your travel friends. So our credit cards, major credit cards do cover you with some form of travel insurance. So I bet you're thinking, that's exactly it. That's why I don't buy travel insurance. But 2, 3 cards, I have called my American Express, Citibank, and Chase to understand who has the best travel insurance coverage and what is included. Now, I'm not going to say that your credit cards will have the same coverages, but I will say double check before you buy outside or third party travel insurance to see what your credit cards already cover. I will let you guys know this. Our travel insurance that was provided by most of our credit cards did not cover medical. Didn't cover medical. So most of what I'm seeing is that when people talk about travel insurance, they just quickly are calling it insurance. It usually is about trip delays and cancellations. So trip delay and cancellation insurance, in my opinion, is a very, very limited category and doesn't really cover everything that you might need, like if something happens that requires medical care. So you're probably wondering, well, that's a great tip. So what am I supposed to do about that? So I would just like to tell you one of the tips that I looked into further. American Express credit card that we have, really for us, did have the best insurance coverage for our trip. The reason that it is really important to call your credit cards before booking your trip is that your trip has to be purchased in part, but at least it has to be purchased at least in part on the credit card that you're hoping to use insurance on in the event that anything happens. But one of my tips would be make it easy on the back end, and just if you really have one credit card that you think has the best coverage, purchase your entire trip on that credit card if you can, because the benefit of your travel insurance is going to be based on how much money, what percentage of your trip you put on your card. Some of the insurance requirements is that 100% of your trip has to be put on that credit card for your travel insurance to apply. So far we've talked about a few quick tips. One, what did I say about my thoughts on travel insurance? I think travel insurance is a good idea. But tip number 2 is check your policies to see if medical insurance is part of your policy. If it's not, you can go and add on medical insurance as a separate rider or a separate insurance policy. Now, where can you do this? You can just ask an additional question of whoever you're looking at getting your insurance with, or American Express, whether you carry an American Express card or not, they actually do have insurance that anyone can go on their link and just buy insurance for any trip that you're going on. So you may also say, well, what about just trip delays, bags, cancellations? The base travel credit card is going to give you a lot of coverage for just the standard trip delays and cancellations. Now, I probably said this at the very beginning of the video, is that I was going to give you guys a tip about what happened to me when I was in Europe. If you watched my video about getting stranded in Europe, you probably assumed I had travel insurance, because I give tips about how to overthink, how to plan for your vacation. So absolutely did have travel insurance. Now, one thing that happened to us is that the reason that our flight was canceled was not covered on the trip delay and cancellation. So what happens if you buy insurance, if you go to your credit cards ahead of time, like we've done here, you have your trip cancellation and delay insurance, and your trip gets canceled for something that is not covered? Well, guess what? You don't have insurance at that point. But another hack and a pro tip is I recommend that you go on American Express or insurance carrier of your choice and ask them for cancel for any reason insurance. If you are really, really focused on not wanting to have any trip delays left behind, there are policies that you can get for cancellation for any reason. That means if the pilots don't show up, if they decide that they're going to protest, if someone just decided they don't want to come to work and the flight gets canceled, if there's force majeure, natural disaster, or in our instance, air traffic control cancel the flights, you would still have all of the benefits of your trip cancellation, delays, and anything else. So here are some of the top tips, things that you can look into is yes, travel insurance makes sense, but you want to make sure that you actually get the coverages that you need. And then don't double dip. Don't pay for something that you already have. So check your credit cards before you book your trip and put the majority, if not all of your trip on the card that has the best benefit. And then don't forget to just ask them, hey, I'd like to know about things that are not included, and they can give you a quote for that. So I hope that makes you feel more secure, more insured, and more comfortable as you get ready to make your big purchases on your trip. And if you have any questions about what happened to me, just put it in the comments and I'll respond. Thanks.